right, so I got a phone call from one of my homies yesterday, and apparently there has been another drugging here in Brazil.
In the last 2 to 3 years, I've been seeing a lot of content about black passport bros getting drugged in Colombia, and how that happens is they're meeting chicks on Tinder, or what they're doing is just meeting chicks randomly, inviting them into their house, and even believing they're going to clap cheeks. Sometimes it's even more than one lady and one guy there. And then they're cooking for you. Sometimes they put the stuff into the food, and there you know, boom, you're passed out. But that was really just Colombia, not anywhere else. But now this is starting to happen in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Now, to be fair, Brazil is one of the best places to meet women that I've ever seen in the world. I myself went there in 2018, and I stayed in Ipanema Beach. And a little bit more on that to come. Ipanema Beach is one of the most exclusive, expensive neighborhoods in South America, period. So I felt like I was pretty safe. And when I wanted to go and clap cheeks, stopped the show. Someone who looked like me went to clap cheeks, and I went to the Cuatro y Cuatro and clapped them up. Booty clapping sounds. Paid my money. I mean, the person who looked like me paid their money, and we were on our way. I mean, I was on my way. I mean, he was on his way, but that's changing now. Remember, I covered a story about a guy by the name of Mr. Dwayne Morris just 3 months ago.
Brazil are investigating after a Minneapolis entrepreneur was found dead on a potential business trip.
43-year-old Dwayne Morris was the president and founder of Blue Waters Consulting and Seoul Community Development Corporation. As Rex Chapman reports, the Roosevelt High School graduate had strong ties to the community.
He's a fun partner to have.
Tamitha Richmond says her life partner, Dwayne Morris, made everyone he met feel as if they were his best friend.
Now, this was a millionaire who basically went to Rio de Janeiro with his boy, and they hooked up with some chicks, and Mr. Dwayne Antonio Morris died in this alleged drug-fueled robbery. But then we're also hearing very similar stories from our good brother, Skylar Duran. Now, just 3 weeks ago, he posted a video called Two Passport Bros Drugged and Robbed in Ipanema, Brazil by Women. They stole everything.
We have a German and a Norwegian got the good night Cinderella. They got drugged. Okay, so this is what the article says. This is from Alert Zone of Soul, and this video has gone viral all over Rio de Janeiro, by the way. Let me go ahead and just play it real quick. Okay, so they're in the elevator right now. One Norwegian and one other German were carried away by the Goodnight Cinderella. This is in Ipanema. All right. According to the police, the agents' security program were triggered by the building manager they were staying at. So basically, these guys got drugged. They got robbed. The building manager was notified. The police came, and now they're conducting an investigation, trying to figure out where these women are.
Then just 3 days ago, another YouTuber was drugged and robbed in Rio de Janeiro.
All right, so the member who was drugged, they went to Pedro do Sal. Okay, I think I'm saying that right. And if you're not familiar with Pedro do Sal, it is an event that happens every Monday in Rio de Janeiro. They have live music, bands, drinking. It's a tourist haven. Pretty much every tourist, that's like one of the things to do on a Monday, right? It's a straight vibe. Okay, you're gonna have beautiful women there. You're gonna have tourists there. You're gonna have women from all over the world there. It's a perfect networking area, so on and so forth, and drinks and vibes, whatever, right? So this individual, apparently, I'm just saying apparently, him and his buddy met two girls at Pedro de Sal. Okay, kicked it off, and they went back to his apartment, which is, I'm not victim blaming at all, by the way. Let me just tell the story. So they went back to the apartment, had a couple drinks, okay? and the girls spiked both of their drinks with the Boa Noite Cinderella, okay? And then, which is a drug out here, similar to scopolamine. These individuals got cleaned out.
So now American men are being targeted in Brazil. And I think this has a lot to do with a lot of the black influencers who are promoting the countries. A lot of guys are coming in and a lot of men are successful. That's one of the things that a lot of people don't know about the Passport Bro community. It costs a lot of money to fly to these places. Nobody is flying to Brazil if you're broke. You know, it's a lot more expensive as a financial commitment to go there than it is to go to Colombia. Brazil is not cheap. You know, you have to spend a lot of money if you're living in Copacabana for the most part, or if you're living in Ipanema Beach. And you do need to have money and have cash available. So these men are usually successful. Another thing is that a lot of guys are being told that they are extremely beautiful women and they're feminine. So when you meet women out there, you know, you see ladies that are basically nice, you're going out and talking to them, you're thinking that it's easy. And hey, it might be easy for some of the ladies and you might be trying to smash because you've heard that it's easy to smash. But just like Skylar said, you know, those chicks could come to your house, you don't know them, and you get up and you go to the restroom, and then they can just basically pour something into your drink, and then you could even pass out or even die. Now, the drugs of choice are different in each country. When we're talking about Colombia, they're using scopolamine, which is a powdery substance. But in Brazil, they're using something that I believe is stronger, which is GHB. Now, GHB is gamma hydroxybutyrate, and this is like a party drug, and typically people take it to, you know, get an increased sex drive. But if you can overdose on it, it's really, really bad. It can cause drowsiness, vomiting, mood swings, dependence, and respiratory collapse. And it's all bad if you do use it in that way. And obviously the ladies that are putting this in these men's drinks or food or wherever there is, they don't understand the dosage amounts. They're just doing it. And so these guys are dying. In some cases, you know, almost dying. And this is why they call this situation the Good Night Cinderella plot. Let me just tell you guys something that you need to understand. When you're an American, a lot of us, our egos are very high, right? We think very highly of ourselves. We believe that, you know, hey, we're there and, you know, the woman is glad to see us. And that could be the case for certain people. But just remember, you are probably going to be an opportunity just like anywhere else in the world. It's probably not going to change, and you should look at it like that. You are special. You're special to yourself, but you're probably not going to be special to a person that doesn't earn that much money or doesn't have the opportunity to date a man like yourself. And if you're just meeting somebody randomly on the streets that you feel that's attractive, her and her friend, and they decide to want to come back to your home, that's kind of unlikely anywhere. And I know guys want to be able to have a booty clapping threesome story, but that's just unlikely for that to happen. And if somebody's agreeing to do that, you should want to know why. I mean, you know, that might not even be a woman. You might wake up and your cheeks be sore. Booty clapping sounds? So again, like Skylar said, you need to do some vetting. After all, your life is important. If you want to go and do the booty clapping sessions, I would suggest that you just go and just pay for it, because it's just better to do it like that. And it is legal in Brazil versus you trying to go and trying to mac somebody and meet them at the mall and, you know, trying to get them to come back to where you're at and having them wherever you're at, and you have all your expensive things there. You got your iPhones there, and you understand that having all of your passwords and your credit cards on you, you're not hiding those things, and you could be financially ruined. Imagine being overseas and you can't use your American Express card anymore because your American Express is gone and you can't use your Visa card. You can't use your debit card. You don't want that to happen, but it happens all of the time. So guys, there was a time I didn't have my credit card with me in Uganda for 6 months just because it expired. And I was sick. I mean, I couldn't do a whole lot of things I wanted to do. I like to travel and put things on my card, and I didn't have that access, and it was just expired. Imagine if somebody had stole it. I would have been sick. So you guys need to really look at what you're doing and why you are doing it. People are seeing the American men that are going over to these places. They know you guys have money. They know you guys have good jobs, and they know you're an opportunity. And this is what I also see with a lot of black men. I notice that you guys dress very, very luxurious when you're going out. I had a brother that came to see me in Kenya, and I don't want to mention the brother's name. He's quite popular. The brother had like, the jewelry going on and the gold going on. And I'm like, yo, man, like, I know you fly and everything, but bruh, you can't really be rocking like that because you're in a place where you're sticking out, and you're already going to stick out because of your accent. So you don't want to bring that kind of attention to you because you're not in the States and you don't have very much to prove to people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys are out here with like brand new Jordans and you're brand new things. Like, they know that you're not from there. So basically when that happens, it's going to be all bad. So I would definitely suggest reaching out to some of the brothers that are in these countries. Like if you're going to Brazil, there's Skylar. Or if you're going to the DR, you got Ronan the Traveler. Black Men's Travels, I believe that he's experiencing all of those places, and kind of just figure out how you should move when you're going to these places. Just not showing up and just doing whatever you want to do, because the last thing your mom wants to hear is that you're not coming back because you're in a body bag and you got drugged or something bad happened to you. So just understand, man, a lot of ladies understand that you guys are coming, that foreigners have money, and they're going to do whatever they can to do to get it from you. And if you're not ready, it's all bad. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.